Hello.
Hello. Welcome to my Flosstube, Sherry's Stitchy Life. I have my daughter Malia joining me today, and we're here for a special purpose. Uh, and that is to talk about Paula Vaughan cross stitch books and charts and all of that good stuff. And Paula Vaughan has been one of Malia's
Oh yeah.
favorite designers for a long time. Excuse me, I need to sit back a little bit. Um, so we had a request to do some Paula Vaughan flip throughs of her books, and um, there's several people I noticed also on Instagram and uh, Flosstube who are working on Paula Vaughan projects. I'm getting ready to start a new one myself, and somebody else might be starting one too. So, but Malia has volunteered to take this book. Which one is that one?
Grandmother's house.
Grandmother's house. You may should show them Paula Vaughan's uh, grand, grandmother's house. She has volunteered to do a flip through of the projects that's in this book, and um, so we will get started with that. And let me say, welcome to our channel. I don't think I've said that yet, have I? Welcome to our channel, whether you're new or visiting again. We hope you enjoy this floss tube, and we'll come back to visit with us and at the next floss tube we have. We would love for you to join us. And so we got a lot to get through here. So I guess we'll get started. Uh, should you start with the page? Someone had asked someone had asked for some information about Paula Vaughan, and we want to give the information that's in the book that's written about her. And this book, remember when these books always had some kind of little thing written about the project. Uh, this one has that, and I love that. I used to love to read about uh, what was going on, like, specifically with Paula Vaughan in these books, why she painted what she did, what she was thinking of, what was her inspiration behind her work. So Malia is going to read some of that for us, and I'll hand it over to you.
Okay.
If you're ready for it.
Alright, so I'm going to read the introduction, then I'll just do the flip through.
Let me turn the camera just a little bit.
Alright, an artist of genteel nature and gracious spirit, Paula Vaughan has captured the ambience of grandmother's house by blending fond memories of her own grandmother's home with her remarkable ability to portray beautiful images from the past. Join us as we journey to this delightful place and be charmed by the enduring beauty and abundant kindness grandmother reflects into every nook and cranny of her home. Settled into sturdy rockers, on cozy porches, and in quiet corridors, attended by purring kittens. I can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
Or explore seasoned trunks where marvels from another era are lovingly packed away. Drink in the fragrant aromas emanating from her well-stocked kitchen and carefully tended gardens. Like us, you may become so comfortable that you won't want to leave this lovely lady's little paradise. Fortunately, it's easy to prolong the pleasure of your stay. Simply catch the essence of her style and stitchery adapted from Paula's designs and preserve grandmother's appeal for years to come.
And this has always been one of my favorite books that she had out. Some of my favorite charts. So,
I know.
Yeah.
Grandmother's house, or her inspiration for it, really reminds me of Aunt Sonny's house.
Yes, my aunt, she was more like a grandmother to me. And a lot of the things that we see in this book and that is talked about in this book reminds us so much of what her home was like when we would go visit growing up. So you may should turn this one around for them to see.
Okay, this one's called Gateside Greeting. I'll do my best to hold it up. There you can see like little bonnets and a rocking chair and a blanket. And I think that's a little like sewing basket sitting on the rocking chair.
Yeah, typically I think a lot of her designs had like some sort of basket or a sewing basket.
Yeah, and then there's like a little gate.
Yeah, did you tell them the name of that one?
Yes, I did.
Gateside Greeting. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like there's like a little blanket being stitched together.
I like this one too.
Yes. This one's called Growing in Love. It's just a woman by a barn with all kinds of flowers. It almost looks like a flower garden. Which that's probably what it is, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, this is one of my personal favorites.
Fruitful Life.
I like this one. A Fruitful Life.
Yeah, and it's just a bowl beside a window looking out into a barn.
Yeah, that would be the scene.
Yeah.
That you would see.
It looks like there's apples down below it too.
Maybe someone is getting ready to make an apple pie.
That's what I was thinking about.
There's a recipe box. And let me see, one of the apples have fallen out of the bowl. Yeah, I have wanted to stitch that one for quite a while.
I think it'd be so much fun to like make an apple pie from scratch. Like
yes.
Just regular apples. Okay, this one's called Fruits of Her Labor. And in the cabinet is a bunch of pastries and cakes and
jelly. Aren't there
stuff.
jellies and things like that?
Yeah, and there's like a, what do you call that? It's the thing where you churn butter.
Yes, the butter churn.
Yeah, butter churn. There's a basket of apples down here. It looks like a sewn blanket on the chair. And a sewing basket.
That's nice.
As much as I think her sewing baskets are so cute.
Yarn, she's got yarn in it though, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, that's what it
looks like. Looks like there's yarn and thread. Oh, there's actually 2 baskets. Mm-hmm. I see now.
That's a basket full of apples though.
Whoops. Phone ringing. Let me pause for just 1 second. Okay, we're back.
This one's called Waking Up to Spring. Waking Up to Spring.
Waking Up to Spring.
And it's just a little pot of roses. And roses are my second favorite flower.
What's your first?
Sunflowers.
Sunflowers.
Most definitely. A little bowl of water. I think that's a hairbrush.
Mm-hmm.
And a comb.
My grandmother used to have those on her dresser, always laid out, a hairbrush and one of those I can't think of what those combs are called. It's people would use it to pull their hair back, to hold their hair back, but I can't remember exactly what the name of them are. But my grandmother had that on her dresser always. That and a hand mirror and like a pitcher like that with the water bowl.
Wash your face.
Mm-hmm. This is another one of my when I first acquired this book. This was another one of my favorites.
Yes.
And I think it probably is yours.
This one's called A Place of Contentment. And it's very simple, but yet it's just like has that air like a aura of like satisfactory to it. Like my favorite is a little cat with a ball of yarn.
Yeah, because we love our cats.
Oh yes.
And I like the antique chair.
The beautiful blanket right there.
Yes.
And I think the most mysterious thing about this picture is up there, the man and a woman, which I would say would probably be a husband and wife on their wedding day, most likely.
Doesn't that look like just such a cozy corner?
I know.
Like you would want to cozy up and read a book or do some crochet or sewing or something.
I know.
It looks like whoever would be in that picture was probably working with yarn because of the basket, and then the cat had his own ball of yarn.
Yeah. Except our cat loves to play with my clothes.
Yeah.
She doesn't tear them up, luckily, like most cats would probably do, but she just likes to cuddle up in them, and I'm like, okay. Why? To each your own. Okay, this is probably one of my most favorites out of this cross stitch book, and this is called Always a Lady. I'll tell you why. I happen to have that exact same sewing machine that I got for my birthday, and it's from 1953. Then it has a dress,
yes,
the pot of flowers.
We will have to show your sewing machine during one of the floss tubes. I've posted it, I think, on Instagram before, but I don't think I've ever filmed it for a floss tube.
Yeah. It being antique means a lot to me because I love antiques.
Yeah.
I love antique, like stuffed animals or, just sewing machines.
She would rather have something that's old than new.
I feel like it means more.
Something handmade. So yeah.
Okay, this one's called Cherished Melody. It's very simple, but just like very pretty. It's a very like an older piano with a blanket over it. It's got flowers and pictures on top, and a sheet of music. It's very pretty.
I like that one. And in all her designs, she has those roses and especially the ones that's inside the house with the wallpaper. It's pink roses.
This is definitely the kind of book that I looked through when I was little, or when I'd be little. Just like looking at all the pictures and being like, I wonder what they were doing there.
That's why I like those things. The little quip on the side that tells about what's happening in the picture, or what the inspiration was behind her painting this picture.
This one's called A Cup of Tea and Thee.
A Cup of Tea and Thee.
Yes.
Two ladies are going to get together and have tea.
It's just two rocking chairs with another blanket right here and a basket, which is in a common trend with her. And then there's like a little, what do you call that? It slipped my mind.
I can't see it right now. Show it to me. What are you talking about?
My building right there.
Oh, the gazebo.
Yes, gazebo. They had that in The Sound of Music. That's what.
Yes, she likes the sound of music.
And this one is going to be the one I'm going to do. It's called Hopes and Dreams. And obviously it's a hope chest. It reminds me of my aunt's house because she had a bunch of old trunks like that.
She did, in about every room, didn't
Mm-hmm.
she? She had some sort of trunk. So.
And it's got a dress and another basket. And it looks like just a regular room.
So yeah, that's the one Malia is going to get started on. Now, I like this one too.
Yeah, this one's pretty. It's called Like Mother, Like Daughter.
Yes.
It's definitely a more older looking dress, which I guess is probably the mother's, and a dress for a younger looking person.
Yeah. I liked that one. Of course, there's 8 years difference and you're in Hannah's age. So I had Hannah first. And I had this book and I wanted to, there were times that we matched up our outfits, like our dresses for church. And I wanted to cross stitch that one and I never did get around to it.
Didn't you sew a lot of her dresses?
Yeah, there was at one time I did sew, and I sewed quite a few of her dresses. I had a friend to teach me, and people would stop me and ask me in public, if I would make those and sell them, and I am lucky to get them made for my own daughter. I wasn't good enough at sewing to feel like I would be comfortable in selling those, but we have pictures and things to remember the dresses by.
This one is The House That Love Built.
This one's cute.
I know, it's just a white house with a ton of flowers. And it's got a little cat up here. I don't know if you'd see it. It's too bad it isn't white and gray and black and brown.
Like our cat.
Yeah,
well, I was thinking if I ever cross-stitched that, I would probably try to change the color of the cat as much as I could. At least, put some gray in there and maybe a speck of white or something.
I know, it's so cute. It's just that subtle little touch.
Yeah, it's so little. Okay.
That's it.
And that was, okay, so how many patterns are in there? 12 cross-stitch designs are in there. And I love that book. There was another one you were going to show, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think we have time. Yeah, this is only 17 minutes. Okay. You want to do this one or this one?
I'll do that one.
This one?
Yeah, I think I could really do that more.
Okay. Oops. It's the Malia show.
This one's called Good Neighbors.
Okay, well, what's the name of the book so they'll know in case they're looking for it?
The Best of Paula Vaughan, book 2.
Yes, this has got some beautiful patterns in it. Okay.
This one's called Good Neighbors.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just a swing with a blanket and 2 people out there, right?
This is definitely one that I almost started. Another one of hers that I almost started years ago. A lot of people that I knew that was cross-stitching at that time cross-stitched that particular piece. It's very popular. Okay.
This one's called Delicate Beauties. And it's flowers and just like a little embroidery right there. And I have actually done embroidery before.
Mm-hmm.
I did a fox. I was like 9 and I did it pink. It was so funny.
I don't remember that for some reason.
Yeah, it was like a little wooden shaped like a fox.
Mm-hmm. And
you embroidered it with, thread and everything. It took quite a while, but I finished it and I colored the fox pink.
Okay.
I was like, now looking back on it, I was like, I'm proud that I was able to do that at a young age, but why did I color the fox pink?
Well, because that's what you liked at the time.
Yeah. Okay, this one is Forgotten Basket.
I like this one.
It's a basket hanging on a post. A little watering can. Right there.
Well, I always thought with that one that maybe, you know, so she's out watering flowers and she's picked flowers and put in her basket and got busy with something and just hung her basket there and walked away.
Yeah. I mean, that's entirely possible.
Mm-hmm.
I forget things outside all the time.
Now I like this one.
Yeah, this one's called Through Mother's Eyes. And it's a girl looks like in a wedding dress. And I obviously think that's her mother standing there. And her reflection is a little girl.
I'll hold up a little
Looks
bit
like...
so we can see more of it. There we go. Yes, it's the girl looking into the mirror, or either the mother envisioning the girl in the mirror as when she was little, and now it's her wedding day. That would be beautiful for a mother to do for a daughter.
Yeah, I think so. That'd be such a cool wedding gift.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize there was a doll right there next to a trunk.
Mm-hmm. Well, with her cross stitch, sometimes you miss things if you don't look at it in detail. There's, things that you don't instantly see.
Okay, this one's called Sonnets of Love.
Sonnets of Love. Okay.
And it's a basket of flowers and a bunch of writing things. And it actually reminds me of the book I have. It was called... What was it called? Through the Miles, or...
Was it recently?
No, it was by the same woman that wrote Anne of Green Gables.
Lucy Montgomery.
Yeah, Lucy Montgomery. And it was a book of short stories of people writing letters to one another.
Oh, I know the book you're talking about, but...
What was it called?
I don't know the name.
I've been reading it, too. That's a shame.
What do you want to go check right quick?
Yeah.
We can pause.
Okay, I found it. It was called Across the Miles. It's by Lucy Montgomery, which is the same lady that wrote Anne of Green Gables.
I love her books. And the character of Anne.
Yeah, I got pretty far through the book, actually.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
So, did you show this one yet? Did you
did.
finish showing it? Sonnets of Love? Okay.
Rosie Repose?
Rosie Repose.
Rosie Repose. I can get you tongue-tied very fast.
Yes, that could.
And it looks like just a porch with 2 rocking chairs and a bunch of beautiful flowers.
But just think how much. I don't know how everyone else is, but like the front porch or even the back porch is like a meeting place for us.
Oh, yeah.
In so many ways. So, and we have rocking chairs on our porches, and sometimes take a blanket out there and sit. I have occasionally, and have all the flowers around. It's beautiful.
We have a rose bush next to our
yes,
porch.
and it's getting really tall. So it comes right over the side of our front porch.
Yes, and the cat loves it.
Yeah, she likes to hide in there sometimes.
Okay, this one's called the Embroiderer. Embroiderer.
That's hard to say.
And it's a sewing basket with a bunch of little sewing things. And it reminds me of my sewing basket.
Yes.
I have a ton of things like that.
Malia has a beautiful sewing basket that a friend got her after for your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to show your sewing basket very quickly to go along with that chart or that project? Are the antique scissors and things still in there?
Oh,
Vintage scissors?
Yeah.
So she'll give you a treat, show you her basket.
I'm also very excited because there is this one lady at the bookstore I work out. She told me how to make a tote bag. And I have this big, long strand of really pretty, like, Mulan fabric. And it'd be perfect to make a little tote bag with.
Malia's in her Disney phase.
Okay.
Her Disney princess phase.
Okay, so here's the sewing basket. So it's kind of old. Like, you can tell how the age
It's got some age on it, yeah. But that made it even better.
To me, yes, it did.
To you.
And let's see. It's got antique sewing thimbles.
Yeah. They're vintage thimbles. Maybe perhaps, let's show it this way first and then you can take it out. But if you can see, up there's a top tray. And it came with all of those things that are in it, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Someone had picked it up from one of the thrift shops.
Yeah. And there's this thing of sewing needles, which I can sew by hand a little bit. Like, I have been able to, like, sew my own shirts.
Yeah.
And I've helped sew my dad's clothes when they've gotten torn. And she gave me a couple of, like, threads to start out on.
Did you hold them where they could see them?
And here's antique scissors.
Yeah. Is the other set in there?
Should be. Yeah, it is. This is just like a little smaller pair.
They're kind of... Hold them to the side. Yeah.
Let's see.
There's all kinds of knickknacks that came in there.
Now, I actually not too sure what this is for.
Somebody will be able to tell you.
Yeah, probably. I'm not that deep into sewing, and this looks like a weed eater.
It's a rotary cutter.
Okay. Oh yeah, and there's just a little thing of different colored pins, which I use to keep fabric still.
We'll have to show them all your fabrics at some point.
And here's my favorite thing. A pin cushion. I mean, like, I feel like no one uses a pin cushion anymore. Well, they probably do. I probably just don't know about it.
Look at this. I haven't seen... This came with your...
Yeah.
That is solid wood.
It is? Or is this solid wood too? I think it is.
Yes.
Looks like it.
A bobbin.
Once I get done with it, I should keep that.
I think. Yeah, what does this say? I think we've got some things we should be looking at. Yeah. I hadn't seen that. Are there more of those?
I don't know.
These are solid wood.
This looks like it.
Yeah. Okay. We'll put that back. Okay, we'll pause for just a moment while we put this back. Okay, we're back.
Okay, this one's called Thoughts of Spring. And it's a sewing machine that looks exactly like mine. And a little cabinet with a dress in it. And then there's a pink dress off to the side. It looks like just a very pretty room. And it reminds me of something, but I can't think of what it reminds me of.
something you've watched or read?
Yes, a movie. It was a movie, and I don't remember what movie it was. You know what? You know what the first thing that pops in my mind is?
What?
I have no idea why, and I haven't even read the book yet. I haven't read it yet. Pride and Prejudice.
Really?
I don't know why.
That's what makes you think of that?
Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, this one's called Little Women. I love Little Women. I assume that might be the Little Women book.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, someone's reading the book and they're taking a break and going to do something. And...
glasses.
Uh-huh.
And a pot of flowers.
Yes.
That makes me so happy. I love Little Women. Okay, here's Cherished Dreams.
Mm-hmm. Another gate and florals.
And a hat laying there. I guess someone forgot that too.
Yes. That one would be very pretty. All of them were very pretty.
Oh, and I do love this one. Sunflowers are my favorite.
Yes.
And a little faucet above them. And just not just any faucet, an antique faucet. Here's, what is it called? Friendship Quilts.
Yeah.
It's a porch with a swing and a handmade quilt over the railing.
Is there more than one? I can't see.
I can't see it either.
I think there's more than one there. And the barn in the background.
Yeah. Bunch of flowers everywhere.
Yeah. It's so gorgeous.
Oh, Memories of Christmas.
Okay. This one I have started like years and years and years ago. And I still have the unfinished whip somewhere in this house. So when I find it, I would like to finish that. It was beautiful when I was working on it. I think I got all the trunk. I got the window and the trunk and part of the blanket done, I'm thinking. It's gorgeous.
I love the blanket with like the little candy on it.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, we don't get that much snow in Tennessee. I wish we did. The last couple of Christmases, like a year or two ago, it did actually snow.
I need to get a drink.
It did snow exactly on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so happy. But the only thing I wasn't happy about is we were planning on going to a Mexican restaurant for Christmas Eve. And it snowed so much we couldn't get down the driveway.
Oh yeah, we meeting friends or I can't remember.
I think we were all just going as a family.
Oh, okay.
And I was really excited about it, and we ended up having to stay
we
home.
were excited. We were in the mood for that for Christmas Eve to get together with some family and things.
Okay, this one's called Love's Promise. And this reminds me so much of just, I've read so many books and just like so many short stories about that. About like, I guess love stories.
Mm-hmm.
And it just reminds me of books for some reason.
Well, you're talking about pure love story. You're not talking about like the I don't know what word I'm looking for, but you're talking about some of the old time books that I would read. Yeah.
Stuff out of like literature books. And honestly, I'll be perfectly honest with you, that's the best place to get stories.
Mm-hmm.
Is to go look in your literature book.
For your school book, school literature books. Yes, her school literature books that she's had through the years have had some of the best stories.
I know, and some of the sad stories too.
Yeah.
And just books I've read in general that are just very clean. And like I recently read one that's called Whispers in the Reading Room.
Is that the one you were talking to me about the other night when you were brushing your hair?
Yeah.
You have to tell them what you said.
Okay. So, actually, the way I got this book is a very funny story. But I guess I'll really go into it right now. But I bought this book at the bookstore. It's called Whispers in the Reading Room by Shelley Gray. And it's about a clumsy librarian. And she sees this guy coming in every day for about a year that comes in and reads a book. And she's trying to figure out how to start a conversation with him. To make a long story short, they end up getting together and everything. And I was about halfway through the book, and I was sitting on the bed brushing my hair. and
I happened to be in there talking to you.
Yeah. And I was telling her about this book and how just great this man was. His name was Sebastian. Such a gentleman. And I was like, Mother, this is the kind of man we want in our lives.
She's lecturing me at the time about, here's the kind of man we want in our lives, Mother. And she's just brushing and brushing and brushing her hair.
Well, I was just trying to emphasize how great he was.
So
it was funny though.
Yes, it was.
Now this is Midsummer Roses. I was about to say Midsummer Murder. That would have been a very interesting cross-stitch pattern.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. It's basically the same thing as the sunflower pot, except it's got a mixture of very pretty roses and a little hat right here.
Yep. She forgot her hat again.
Yeah, this reminds me of the Halloween costume I'm going to put together for my little cousin. He always has his birthday party in October. And they always kind of do a Halloween thing. And so my other cousins invited me up, and they told me for sure to dress up. And I spent...
To dress in costume.
Yes. So I spent all year, or up to this point, trying to figure out what I wanted to dress as. And I have this very pretty dress. And I was actually thinking about buying like a polo and maybe a brown skirt. And dressing up as Anne of Green Gables from book 2. And getting a little straw hat. Because I've actually found them at the Dollar General. They're only like $2.
Oh, wow.
So, that'll be fun. This is Summer Welcome.
Okay. It's getting a little glare. Let me tilt it a little bit. Pull it back. So, Summer Welcome. We have that swing, porch swing, quilts. The barn is in the background again.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed that as a theme in many of her things? So
that's definitely a current trend.
It's beautiful. I have started this one before too.
Yeah, this one's called Morning Star. It's definitely, I think, maybe a winter or Christmas thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would use that for winter. To keep up all winter.
Mm-hmm. Thy word. Oh,
well,
okay, I see.
You see what it's saying?
Yes.
The name of the pattern is called Thy Word, quoting a scripture from the Bible.
Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path.
And we have a lamp that
is just like that.
Just like this one.
In fact, I think down to the very T, it's just like that.
Yeah. We've had it for a long time. I know since maybe we got married. Maybe before then, I'm not sure. So, yeah.
Oh, the porch swing. That's a very simple name.
Mm-hmm. Porch swing. That's an interesting. I mean, it is a porch swing, but it's different from the other, like the wood porch swings. I would have probably called one of those the porch swing. This tends to make me think of wicker furniture.
It's nice and cushioned.
Mm-hmm.
Friendship bouquet.
Okay, friendship bouquet. This, Malia showed you the start she's doing, and this is the one that I am going to start. I went today and finished getting the materials I needed to cross stitch this one, so you will be seeing this in my whips. We'll see who gets done fastest, me or Malia. Okay.
Oh, Job's tears. And again, looks exactly like my sewing machine.
Very pretty. We need to find a spot where you can put your machine right in front of a window like that.
Yeah. Oh, spring remembered.
Okay.
Another little hat with a blanket.
Yes. And another basket. Okay. What is this one?
Flower garden.
Flower garden. Okay. Right there. That's pretty too.
Yeah, common trim with a blanket. Okay.
Okay.
Has anyone ever read Garden Party by Catherine Mansfield?
Did you read it?
Yes.
And what did you think of it?
It was very good.
Is that who this is based off of?
It's called The Garden Party, and well, I'm not going to spoil the book for anybody or the story for anybody if anyone wants to read it, but a hat has a pretty big role in it.
Oh, okay. So you would recommend The Garden Party by Catherine Mansfield?
Mansfield? Yeah.
Mansfield.
I have read, let's see, I had to read it for schoolwork back in 10th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I read about half of it and then I read the end. That's kind of a weird order. Mm-hmm. But I read most of it and enough to know what the story was. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to go back and read it all the way through. Mm-hmm. But hat and letters have a pretty big role in it. So I'm pretty sure that's what this is based on.
Could be related, or if somebody just wanted to read the book and do a cross stitch project that would match with the book they're reading, then that would be a good idea.
One word of advice I would give you though is they don't have it in like just a book because it's not long enough to be a novel. They probably have like a collection of like Catherine Mansfield stories, mm-hmm. and most of her stories are actually pretty interesting. So mm-hmm. I mean, if anyone wants to just get a big collection of hers, then I would.
Mm-hmm. Do you have more than one of hers?
Oh yeah, I have a really big book of just all of her stories.
Oh, well, let's pause and you can go and get it and show them before we end the video. Somebody might be interested in that. Okay, she's back with the book.
Okay, so this was originally Hannah's, and she was going to get rid of it, and I rescued it from the giveaway.
He rescued, and Hannah, if you don't know, is her older sister. So yeah, she was going to get rid of it, and Malia found it and rescued it.
And also, she's also the one that is considered the founder of the modern short story.
Okay.
So, yeah, the garden party is in this, and that I think that's probably her most popular story.
Mm-hmm.
And the one I read was kind of strange. It was called The Wind.
Okay.
And I tell you what, I could read that over and over and over again, and I would never get it. I didn't get it then. I probably wouldn't get it now.
Well, maybe it's got double meanings or something.
It probably does. I'll have to Google it or something. Be like, what does this mean?
Yeah. Find out on Google.
But I promise you though, most of her stories are very good.
Yeah. So let's see. We're going on 50 minutes. So I hope that you all enjoyed this tour of some of the books of Paula Vaughan, and we do still have another couple of books we can show at another Flosstube, and some people out there that I wanted to shout out. While I was doing my cross stitching in July, I binge watched the Carolina Stitchers. How I've not heard of them or seen their videos, I don't know, but I really enjoyed them. I don't know, Mrs. Smith's Flosstube. I'm not sure. It's Mrs. Smith something. I made it through most of her videos. She is another one if you want to see some Paula Vaughan. She shows some previous Paula Vaughan finishes that she has done in the past throughout some of her videos. I watched Laura from I Stitch Birds, and I watched her. Christine from Calico Whimsy had another video out, Flosstube, I watched last night, I think it was. And I'm leaving out somebody. I don't know. I had my notes and thought I was being really organized and really good, but then I lost my notes. So I will try to find those because I did want to mention these people. I was thinking there was someone else who had some Paula Vaughan finishes that they had shown. So I'll try to check on that again. But I hope this helped the person that requested this. I mean, I don't want to say her name because I didn't ask permission to, but I hope that you enjoyed this and that others enjoyed this, and let us know if you want us to show you more. I'm sure Malia would be willing to come back and help with that. And I will also be doing my July update. I need to do my July update for my cross stitching in a separate video. So I might wait a little later in the week so this video can get out. But until I see you again, everyone be blessed and be well and happy stitching. Bye.